We're at Lake Elmo Park Reserve, and I'm running back to the car because I forgot to put the paid ticket on the dashboard. Don't want to get a ticket unnecessarily. Sun's not out today. Oh, well, it's peeking out every once in a while, but it's mostly cloudy. But the cool thing is there's a lot of water in this park, and even without the sun, the birds are out singing and flying around. Really beautiful that way. So hopefully capture a few sights and sounds of the birds, in case the landscape photography is kind of minimal. But so far so good. It's a neat little park. Google said that this was a type of a gull, which makes sense, but I'm not 100% sure. I have to say I really like this action shot, and if I'm honest, I lucked out a bit in capturing the bird with this kind of motion, and the white body landed in the darker portion of the image, making its body stick out a bit more naturally. And this shot is of a gray heron, which are very elegant flyers. I happened to capture a glimpse of another bird above it as well. I waited on this red-winged blackbird a bit while it was perched on the reeds. Thankfully it took off while I had the shutter pressed, and I'm happy with the shot even though the composition may be a bit off. You may have noticed the sign about the osprey nest earlier. Thankfully I had my 70 to 300 on, and I captured a few nice shots of this bird adding some sticks to their nest. And here are a few pine trees which are prevalent throughout the park. I added a bit extra highlights to the branch tips of this image, as well as a few subsequent ones you'll see shortly. I like a grove of birch trees like this, and I decided to make it a panorama. I always struggle with the compositional balance of these, but I think this one turned out okay. The wind died down quite a bit. It's still a little cooler out, but ended up shedding the jacket. But we're exploring more out in the prairie, and you might hear every so often some gunshots mixed in with the bird noises. So, not as nice hearing the gunshots, rather would hear the birds, but we're making the most out of it. Not a lot of photo opportunities yet, but we got maybe 2 miles left to go on the trails, so fingers crossed we'll see a few more hot spots. Another pine tree with extra highlights added. I edited these images in the classic negative profile, which is a nice color base for this time of year. And here is a path going into a lot of birch trees. Not my strongest image, I'll admit, but I like the stark contrast of the trail and the white bark. And one of my favorite images of this trip, this simple image shows off a massive tree line, and I enjoy the nice mix of browns and greens in this classic negative profile. This is a basic shot, but it represents well what this park has to offer, at least from the perspective of the trails that we were on this morning. I like the pond, the reeds, and the sloping tree-covered shore in the background. And more pine trees with exaggerated branch tip colors, although this was already a nice shade of yellow and I didn't have to edit this one too much. And my final pick of the day, here's the deer that I had showed earlier. It seemed more curious than anything about our presence, as it didn't seem too concerned about us walking by. I tried something a little different with my microphone setup. I actually have two omni-directional mics sitting on top of my action camera. So when I look away when I'm talking, you probably notice a little bit more fluctuation in the sound, maybe the sound quality. But my goal is to get maybe a little hint of a stereo sound and pick up more of the ambiance. So we'll see how it sounds, see if I'll stick with it. But yeah, it was a good trip. We walked probably close to 5 miles if you count having to run back and fix the old ticket on the dashboard thing. But yeah, it's an okay park for now. I mean, I think it had a few things going against it. It wasn't sunny out, and we're in this in-between weather now where nothing's really growing, so not a lot to look at, but I could see definitely a lot of potential here in spring and the fall, so most likely we'll be back during one of those times. But yeah, if you stuck around to the end, I appreciate it and hope to catch you again on the next one. Take care.